Hi everyone, and welcome back to the kitchen for this week's edition of Cooking with NOPL. My name is Jackie. I am the Adult Services Librarian at NOPL North Syracuse, in case you're new here. And I am going to be doing something a little different this week. Instead of whipping up a dessert or doing some delicious lasagna, instead we're going to be doing a classic cocktail, the Mojito. Now, I don't know if you've been in central New York lately, but it's been hot, like really hot, too hot. I don't like it. So the Mojito is kind of perfect for this kind of weather that we have been having. It is sweet, it is fizzy, it's got lime and mint, and it's just perfection. Now the Mojito can trace its roots back to the Caribbean and the origins of the rum trade and the sugar trade. Rum was originally a byproduct. Sorry for the little history lesson. Rum was originally a byproduct of the sugar manufacturing business, and it was a slave's drink and a poor man's drink. And then somebody along the line decided to throw in some delicious lime, a little bit of mint, a little bit of club soda, a little bit of sugar, and there you go. You got yourselves a classic. So, as I already hinted, one of the main ingredients of this is going to be mint. So, fresh mint is always best. Let's run out to the garden and get some. Now, if you don't have a garden full of mint, that's perfectly fine. You can get some from pretty much any grocery store. I'll show you what it looks like here in a second. But you might want to go scour around some of the weedy parts of your garden. You might be surprised what you find back there, because mint is a common weed, but it's a delicious common weed. So, we have to dodge the chickens as we go to get mint, though. Are you helping? Go ahead, Fred. All right, so this, ladies and gentlemen, is what mint looks like. It has a very easily identifiable smell, and it grows pretty crazy. Definitely take a look in all your shrubs and hedges, and you might find some back in there. It's, like I said, easily identifiable by its pretty obvious smell. To pick it, for this recipe, for one drink, you're gonna need 10 to 15 leaves, which is pretty much like a sprig. You can see here that mint grows with little tiny offshoots, like this one. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna reach down, count as many as you need, and we're just gonna take it like so, and pick it. And there you go. That's all you need for one drink. If you're making more than one drink, obviously you're gonna need more. The chickens are hoping I pick more, but for now, this is all we need for today. All right, so to make a mojito, besides your mint, you're gonna need some other basic ingredients. So we've got our sprig of mint, which we picked. We have a lime, which I've already started cutting up. We have ice, rum, club soda, and simple syrup. So after you pick your mint, the next thing you're gonna wanna do is make your simple syrup. Simple syrup is super easy to make, as its name suggests. All it is 1 part water with 1 part sugar, boiled down until it is completely clear and you have a nectar, pretty much. This is actually the same stuff you can put in hummingbird feeders. Fun fact. So to make this, it's already almost gone. I used 1 cup white granulated sugar with 1 cup water, and then I just put them in a saucepan, boiled, stirred it around until it was all clear, and then I put it in the mason jar. You can use any airtight container, and you keep it in the fridge until either it's gone, or if it starts forming a skin over the top, then you're gonna want to get rid of it. You can always throw it in your hummingbird feeder and the birds will thank you. One last ingredient you're gonna need is just plain white granulated sugar, and this just adds a little bit of extra sweetness. All right, tools of the trade, what you're gonna need. If you're a fancy bartender and you have fancy bartending tools, good for you. If you're like me and you don't, there are some things you're gonna need. You're gonna need a knife to cut your lime with. You're going to need a spoon to muddle, stir, and like mix things up. You're gonna need a shot glass, or you can attempt to use a measuring cup, but I've always found it easier to use a shot glass. Fun fact, shot glasses typically only have 1 ounce of liquid. This is a double shot glass, which is how much I need for a full-size drink. You're also going to need a glass. You can either use a regular, just kind of like milk, water glass, I'm not sure what you call it, a normal size glass, or you can use a cocktail size glass, like a whiskey glass, highball glass, such as this. If you're using a highball glass, you are going to be using only 1 ounce of rum, so 1 regular shot glass, not a double shot glass. If you are using a full-size glass, you're going to be using a double shot glass, 2 ounces. We'll get into that. For this video, I am going to be using a full-size glass because it is hot and I want a full-size drink. So, first things first, we are going to take our mint after you have washed it and let it dry. You can also pat it down to dry. You are going to strip the leaves. So to do that, take it and you're just gonna run your fingers up and pull off the leaves, like so. Okay. Strip all the rest of the stem off. You don't want to be sipping on that. Okay. Once you have your leaves, you need to kind of muddle them up a little bit before you put them in the glass, and this just helps release flavor. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna take them all in hand, like so, and then just like if you were rolling a ball of cookie dough or Play-Doh or a snowball, you're going to take them in hand, rub them together like this, just for a couple seconds until they kind of look a little wilty and mushy like that. It's fine, and then you put them in your glass. After you have your mint leaves in the glass, you are going to take your lime and you are going to slice it straight down the middle. So not this way, straight down the middle, lengthways. And you'll end up with this. Then you're going to want to take your knife, and a butter knife won't really work with this, sadly. It's not quite sharp enough. You can use a steak knife, it might get interesting. You are then going to cut a slit across the middle. To do so, don't cut the rind and don't push all the way down. You don't want to pierce the skin. You're just gonna kind of stick your knife in and slice straight across. So you have a nice little kind of like smiley face doohickey in the center here, just like that. Then lay your lime flat against the cutting board. You're going to take your knife and just cut at a nice little oblique angle here towards the cutting board. There you go, and you're gonna need 2 slices. There you have it. There are your limes. You're gonna set one to the side. You're gonna take your other one, and you're gonna spritz it into your glass, like so, and drop it right on in there. Then you're going to take your spoon and you're going to muddle all of this together. Muddle is basically just another word for kind of like mush everything. It just sounds nicer than mushing it. If you have a fancy muddler, like a mortar and pestle almost, it looks like, you can use that. You do not want to grind up your mint leaves. Otherwise, you're going to be picking mint leaves out of your teeth all day long. So all you're gonna do is just kind of like smoosh it up in there. Just kind of like get a nice little blend. Think of trying to get all the mint leaves coated with lime juice. You are then going to take your granulated sugar. If you're using a cocktail glass, you are going to be using only 1 teaspoon. If you're using a full-size glass, you're going to do 2 teaspoons of granulated sugar. And it's humid, so all of my sugar is sticking together. But okay, 1, 2. Okay, and same thing, just kind of like swish it around a little bit. Get everything nice and coated with sugar. So that's what it looks like. It doesn't look too appetizing right now, but I promise it comes out really nicely. My dad calls it my weed drink, like weed from a garden. All right, so after you've added in your granulated sugar, your lime, and your mint leaves, you are going to want to add your simple syrup. If, again, you are using a highball glass, you are only going to be using 1 ounce or 1 regular shot glass. If you are using a full-size glass, you're going to be using 2 ounces or a double shot. It is rather sticky, as it is sugar, so just be warned about that. So here we go. Okay. Add it to your drip glass. Just straight over the top, that's fine. Next, you are going to be adding your rum. If you want a non-alcoholic version, this is where the change comes in. Instead of white rum or really any brand of rum, you are going to be using lime juice. So if you have a lime, you can squeeze it over the top. You're going to be wanting the same amount of lime juice as you did with simple syrup. So if you did 1 shot glass worth of simple syrup, you're going to do 1 shot glass worth of lime juice. So I'm going to be making this with rum. Any brand of rum will do. It can be white rum, it can be yellow rum, brown rum. All right. Why is the rum gone? It's because we made mojitos. Sorry, I was waiting to make that joke. Okay. So then after you've added that, you're gonna wanna just give it a nice little stir, get all the sediment off the bottom. Then you are going to add in your ice, and you're gonna wanna add as much ice as it takes to get almost to the top of the glass. So, ooh, mine's kind of melted. That's how hot it is, the ice is melting. And, okay. After you've done that, you're going to take your club soda. Make sure it is club soda, not tonic water. Otherwise, the taste will be completely different. Just pour it straight over the top until you get to the top of the glass. Oh, that looks so good. Then you're going to take your spoon and you're going to want to dip down and get all of the stuff. Just kind of bring everything up to the top. That way you're getting some of the rum, some of the sugar, so that you're not just drinking in like layers. As in, you don't want to get a sip of club soda and then get down here and it be all simple sugar and then get down here and it be all rum. That would not taste, well, it might taste interesting, but no. Okay, so then after you've got this pretty drink going, you're going to take your other lime wedge you have that's got the split down the middle and garnish your side. All right, ladies and gents, there you have it, the perfect mojito. Great summer cocktail. That's good. Cheers.